Welcome to day 25 of 40 Seconds for 40 Days. There's a story told about Rabbi David Trenk, who was known for his love for every single Jewish soul and his ability to connect deeply with every single one of his students. And the story goes that there was an individual who was riding a bus, and on this bus he saw two students who were, as he was able to surmise, students of Rabbi Trenk's. And he heard them speaking about something that was a little bit scandalous. Evidently, they had snuck a TV into their dormitory, and they were not supposed to have the TV. And they were talking about how they would, in essence, be binge watching certain TV shows when they were never supposed to have a TV in their dorm room in the first place. This individual who was listening to this whole thing take place, he called up the yeshiva a day or two later, and he said, I need to speak to Rabbi Trenk about two of his students. And he said, okay, I hope everyone's okay. And he said, Rabbi Trenk, I want you to know, I was riding on the bus such and such a day in such and such a place, and I heard two of your students speaking about these terrible things that they've been doing, and I thought you would want to know. Rabbi Trenk paused for a second, and he said, do you know what it is that they are learning in yeshiva? And the guy said, no, I have no idea. He said, oh, do you know what it is that they do the rest of the day when they're in yeshiva, when they are not doing these acts that you are talking about? And he said, no, I just thought I heard that they were doing things that they should not be doing in yeshiva, and I wanted you to be aware of it. And he said back to him, but you don't know these guys at all. You caught them in a moment of perhaps weakness, of doing something that they maybe should not be doing, that are officially against the rules of the yeshiva, and you decided to report them for these things. But what about the 98% of the time that they are doing the right thing, that they are doing something valuable and meaningful and important? And often in life, Rabbi Trenk was trying to point out, we focus on the 2% that's bad, the 2% that's negative, the mistake that we made here or there. But we're so much more than that. We're so much greater than that. We have to realize that there is so much richness and greatness that goes into who each and every one of us are. And as we get closer and closer to Rosh Hashanah, to the 10 days of repentance, the Aseret Yemei Teshuvah, and ultimately with Yom Kippur, as we begin to sort of contemplate our mortality, that we are going to be judged on our life and for the upcoming year, we might, on the one hand, think about ourselves and think, you know what? We've done a lot of bad. We're bad people. But Rabbi Trenk's point is that even if we have made mistakes, even if we had done some things wrong, most of what we are and who we represent is good. And we have to focus on the positive parts of ourselves and not chas v'shalom, the negatives. And in so doing, as we focus on the beauty of who we are and what we are able to accomplish more often than not, then God willing, we can have a year filled with at least as much good as this past year, and God willing, even more so. But we have to start by not focusing on the negative and believing and focusing on the positive. Wishing everyone a beautiful day.